This video is going to walk you through setting up your MyMathLab or Course Compass account, as well as walk you through how to find your assignments and complete them in this course. For all of you, you should start by going to the register portion. Under there, click on Student. This is where you're going to enter the course ID, which is going to give you access to all of our assignments. If you've used MyMathLab before and you sign in regularly, it'll give you access to your other courses, but you won't quite have access to this course. So to get access to this course, you want to type in my last name, which is Laughlin, 05607. That's our course ID. Click Continue. And you'll notice two things. One, on the right hand side there gives you the information about our course. So Spring 2012 DEVM 050, and then some of the course information. Okay. On the left you get two options. You can either create a Pearson account or sign in with your previous account. So if you've used MyMathLab before, you can go ahead and sign in. Okay. If you're not sure if you have an account, go ahead and just create one. If you already have one there, they'll go ahead and set it up for you. Okay. When you put in your email, they'll automatically give you a username. You can use that one, or if you want, you can change it to something else. Go ahead and enter a password. Make sure it's 8 characters long at least. Go ahead and re-enter the password, and then you can enter in your first and last name. Enter in a security question and answer, and go ahead and read through the license agreement, privacy policy, and accept it. Okay. Once you've done that, you can create an account. Okay, then you come to your next option. So you've got access to the course, but you don't quite have access to the product yet, meaning the actual MyMathLab product. For this, you need your access code. Now, when you bought your materials, you should have gotten an access code with your book. Okay, and it should say right there, a prepaid access code might come with your textbook or in a separate kit. Yours should have come packaged with it if you bought the bundle. If you didn't, it came as a standalone access code. And in that case, you're going to click on there and enter in the characters. Okay. If you didn't buy it through the bookstore, or you bought your book but didn't buy the access code, you can purchase it online. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's you can do this with a credit card or PayPal. You click on there, and you can enter your credit information and billing information. Okay. Once you've entered your access code, it'll then take you to the Pearson home page, which basically looks something like this. Yours is going to look a little different because you're going to be logging in as a student. But on the left-hand side there, you should see a list of courses. If you have more than one class using MyMathLab or MyStatLab or the MyLab products, you may see different courses listed there. If this is the only class using one of these Pearson products, all you'll see is the Spring 2012 DEVM 050. And you're going to want to click on there, and it's going to take you into the course. Okay, and you should see something similar to this. So this is, it'll usually come in to the study plan, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. For your graded portion of this class, you're going to want to go to the homework. Okay, and when you click on homework, you should see a page that looks like this. This is all of your homework for the semester. Please be aware that though they are all listed there, you do have to complete the previous one with a 80% or better in order to move on if you want to work ahead. If you're working at the regular place, you'll be allowed to work at them when they're available. Okay. For the homeworks, when you click on one of them, it'll have all of the questions. You'll notice on there two things, well, a couple of things. First off, It always gives the assignment and when it's due. All of the assignments are due by 11 o'clock on their due date. Okay. If you happen to work on it after that time, meaning you access it and actually make changes to the assignment after that date and time, you'll have a 2% per day deduction from your final score. Okay, so don't go in here and change it if you've got everything as you want. You can review it without changing anything. But if you work on it after the due date, you'll still be allowed to turn it in. It's just you're going to have reduced points. Okay? You will be allowed 3 attempts at each of your problems. So in this case, there's 10 problems here for each of the questions. So for question number 4, you can try it 3 times. If you get it, whichever answer is gets the most points, that's the one that'll be taken. So it's the best score out of the 3. Okay. Within these, one thing I should mention is these are all the same types of problems, but they are a little bit randomized. So when you go in, if you work on one and try it again, you're going to get slightly different numbers. Okay, it'll be the same type of problem, just slightly different numbers. For these, you'll notice when you go to your problems, your answering will always be on the right side of your screen. At the far left, you'll see a little math palette. So over here, you'll see all sorts of mathematical symbols. So this is where you can enter your things like your square roots, your fractions, your exponents, things like that. The palette is always available, so if you need it, it's there. Just because it's there doesn't mean you're necessarily going to need it. Okay. Another nice thing about the homeworks here, even though these are online, if you get stuck on a problem, there's a little textbook link. You can go to the textbook to read about what's going on if you have questions, and it'll take you right to the section that it is being tested on. Okay. You can also print the homework. So when you click on the print button, you'll get 2 options. You can either print the single question, or you can print the entire homework assignment. This is nice if you want to work with a tutor. Maybe you've tried it out, you've got it wrong, you've got some questions, you want to take it into your tutor. You can print this out and work with them that way. Okay. Down at the bottom, you've also got a couple possibilities. So once you enter something in here, so for example, let's say I put in a 5, you'll notice I get some options down at the bottom. I can check my answer. Okay. Using this will use an attempt, so that'll be one of your 3. If you get it right, you can save it and move on, or you can clear it and try it again. Okay, like I said, when you clear it and try it again, it might change some of your numbers, so just be aware of that. Okay. All right, so there's your homework. Back to the study plan. The study plan here is going to be useful for 2 things. The first is basically review and study for your exams. Okay. So each of the chapters we're going to use are going to be highlighted there, so chapters 0 through 7. And within each of the chapters, the sections we're going to cover are highlighted. So you can go through and review any of these. As you do your homework, parts of this will get filled in. So you can look, for example, in chapter 2, there's 278 questions. As you go through the homework, some of those will get counted out. Okay. If you complete sections and the questions that aren't in the homework, it'll, in these 2 columns over here under correct and worked, those will get filled in. Okay, so you can use this as kind of a review. When we get ready for our exams, there's going to be some practice problems that you'll have to work on, a practice test you can work on, and then you can also use this. The nice thing about this is there's also going to be videos and the textbook and brief tutorial links. So if you get stuck on something or don't quite remember something, you can go back in there. And I can click on here and just kind of show you. So for example, in this section, here's all the different problems that are available. Notice the numbers here do correspond to problems from your textbook. And if I look, so for example, in this problem here, It had a couple of icons on the side of it, and if I look over here on the right, it has a little video, it's got an animation, it's also got a link to the textbook. You can ask questions in the study plan, so you can use all of those resources. Okay. For the ones that just have the video link here, this just means it's video and textbook only. You'll still have the ability to ask your instructor questions, but the animations are few. And as you can see, there's not videos for every single one, but there are videos in there. They also have under this section a section video. So over here, above the problems for this particular section, you can just click on watch section video and it'll show you all the videos in this section and kind of put it together as a little movie. Okay. If you think you understand this section pretty good, you can prove your mastery, and what this will do is just take you to a little either the homework, or it'll take you to pre-designed quizzes that are in here. In this case, it goes straight to the homework since I have homework assignments assigned and I haven't completed them yet. But there's also under tests and quizzes, pre-made tests and quizzes. These are quick ones. These are not for grade. These are not designed by me. These are attached to your textbook. There you have infinitely many attempts on these, so you can try them or you don't have to. But they're also good for chapter reviews. Okay. All right. So that's the first use of your study plan, is just for reviewing and preparing for your exams. The second part of it is this is also where you're going to earn a little bit of extra credit. And I do mean a little bit. I don't give a lot of extra credit. But for students who complete their study plan, at the end of the semester, you'll get a little bit of extra credit attached onto your grade. So if you're sitting borderline between an A and a B, this could help push you up to an A if you've completed the study plan. Okay. Outside of that, there's all sorts of other tools that you can use on here. For this class, the only graded portion is the homework, and like I said, for extra credit, the study plan. There are other things you can use in here. So under the ebook and videos, this basically lists all of the ebooks and videos that are available for this course. It has a student organizer, so you can kind of work through things to help you prepare. They also have this little tools for success that is mostly to help you with planning and study skills. There's a media library that just basically lists out all of the different animations, multimedia, PowerPoint, etc. So if you know a particular section and you want to see if there's something available, you can fill in that information here, click it, and it'll take you right to that. Okay. The grade book in here, you can click on it, it'll take you to the grade book and give you information about your lessons within MyMathLab. All of the material here will be posted in the Blackboard gradebook, so I'm not going to insert any of your ALEKS or any of your Blackboard assignments or the exams. This is just going to be for the MyMathLab material. Okay. All right. That should basically get you set up for the course. If you have questions on this, please let me know. But that should walk you through and help you navigate through the MyMathLab site pretty easily.